I want to let you know that there is a definitive blueprint that you can follow to achieve success, prosperity, longevity, and peace of mind.
I would love to work with Eddie. Eddie won't return my calls, so maybe one day we'll have a conversation.
You know, it's been a hot minute since Tyler Perry's been under the microscope, and lately it feels like everyone's got something to say about him. But when a big industry icon like Eddie Murphy steps into the ring, you know it's about to get real. I mean, Eddie is like the cool uncle at the family reunion, always laid back, never stirring up drama. So when rumors start swirling that he's gearing up to spill some hot tea about Tyler Perry, you got to sit up and pay attention. Word on the street is Eddie's about to drop some truth bombs, calling Tyler Perry out as a Hollywood mutt. And that's not all. Apparently, he's accusing Tyler of playing dirty when it comes to black comedians in the industry. Yeah, it's a big deal, but this ain't the first time Tyler's been accused of this kind of stuff. He's always been quick to deny it. But when everyone from your next-door neighbor to Hollywood royalty, like Eddie Murphy, is pointing fingers, well, it definitely makes you stop and think, doesn't it? I mean, everyone can't be making this stuff up, right? Anyway, let's get into it. You know, beyond just being big shots in the business, Eddie and Tyler have had this kind of unspoken camaraderie going on. They've never teamed up on a project, but they've always had each other's backs in interviews and stuff. Tyler's even gone on records saying how Eddie's been a major inspiration for him, especially when it comes to playing multiple characters in a film. And let's not forget that time Tyler mentioned he'd love to collab with Eddie. But here's where it gets interesting. In that same interview where Tyler spilled the beans about wanting to work with Eddie, he dropped a bombshell. He claimed he'd been trying to get in touch with Eddie, but Eddie's been ghosting him.
I would love to work with Eddie. Eddie won't return my calls, so maybe one day we'll have a conversation.
Now that's got fans scratching their heads. Why would Eddie give Tyler the cold shoulder like that? Rumor has it Eddie's seen a side of Tyler that's got him thinking twice about getting involved. You see, Eddie's never been one to bite his tongue, especially when it comes to speaking out about the state of black unity in Hollywood. He's talked about how divided they are as a community, how they're quick to turn on each other instead of coming together because they're worried about losing what little they've got. He even shared this eye-opening story about chilling with Mike Tyson and Don King and how they'd start whispering when they talked about certain stuff, worried that the white managers in the room would overhear. It's like, damn, that's where we're at as a community. Now you might be wondering what this has to do with Tyler Perry. Well, word on the street is that despite being a black entrepreneur himself, Tyler might not be as supportive of his fellow black creatives, as he likes to make sure he's built studios and talked a big game about uplifting the black community. But some folks are saying it's all smoke and mirrors. Take Monique, for instance. She's been shouting from the rooftops about Tyler's alleged mistreatment of her for what feels like forever. The drama started way back in 2009 when Monique starred in Precious, a movie produced by Oliver and Tyler Perry and directed by Lee Daniels. The real beef kicked off when Oppo and Tyler decided Monique should hit the press circuit for the film without a paycheck. Monique wasn't having it and straight up said, "Nah, not in my contract." According to Monique, she only got a meager $50,000 for the whole movie, which was barely enough. Now they wanted her to jet around the world, promoting the film for free, not on Monique's watch. But Oliver and Tyler didn't take her refusal well at all. Instead, they started trashing her reputation in the industry, spinning a narrative about her being difficult to work with. Monique spilled the tea, saying Tyler Perry told her, "You may want to consider promoting this film because if you get nominated for an Oscar, your next film is $3 to $5 million. And if you win, your next film is $6 to $8 million. Monique was like, "Hold up, I'm a black woman. Where are they paying those salaries? Brother," she straight up told Tyler, "I can't work for free. I've done what I was supposed to do. I can't go overseas and do this for free." They're back and forth, continuing with Tyler saying he doesn't believe in giving money away for free and Monique firing back, "I don't believe in working for free, so we're on the same page." It's a classic case of clashing values, and Monique wasn't backing down.
Says, "Well, I don't believe in giving money away for free." I said, "I don't believe in working for free, so we're on the same page."
She also claimed Tyler Perry allegedly went the extra mile to mess with her acting gigs, according to Monique. It all went down after she turned down a request to fly to France for the Cannes Film Festival, tied to promoting the movie Precious, so check it out. The movie studio initially asked her to jet off to France, but Monique, with her busy schedule as a talk show host, comedian, and family woman, respectfully declined. They tried to sweeten the deal by offering to upgrade her hotel room, but she and her husband stuck to their guns, saying, "Noah, we're going to spend this time with our family." She said, "I'm doing a talk show." I'm doing a comedy tour. I have a husband and I have babies. I have a little bit of downtime and I'm going to take advantage of it. So I'm not going anywhere because I'm not obligated to go anywhere. I've done my part, so we mutually agreed to disagree. That was the next thing. I knew I was considered difficult and hard to work with when the third call came and they asked what it's going to take to get Monique to France. Her husband straight up asked, "Is there a number associated with it?" That's when they dropped the bomb that they would never pay for anyone to do promotions for a movie. Monique revealed she was paid a mere $50,000 for Precious, and it wasn't about the money she signed up to do it with her friend. The interviewer dug in, suggesting she needed the money to feed her family and pay bills, and Monique responded, "I think that's what America says. We all say I can't do it for free." She explained that when the movie studio refused to pay for her canned appearance, they didn't make a fuss, but then the reports started flying. Monique as demanding and difficult. The whole thing boiled down to a simple request that they understood couldn't be met, but suddenly Monique found herself labeled, and that's where the drama kicked in.
Because what people didn't know was I was paid $50,000 to do the movie Precious. And it really wasn't about the money, and I'm not complaining because I signed up to do it with my friend. Says we can't set a precedent and pay you to do this. We didn't have an issue with them.
Okay.
But that's when the reports came that now Monique is being demanding and she's being difficult.
Media stories start popping up in paintings. Monique is difficult to work with. Suddenly, no one wanted to cast her, despite her winning an Oscar for her role in Precious. Imagine seeing all your hard work go down the drain. Monique started putting two and two together, realizing someone was out to get her. In a recent chat with The Hollywood Reporter, she spilled the beans that Precious director Lee Daniels admitted she got blackballed for not playing the game. Monique's even called out Oprah and Tyler Perry, asking for an apology that as far as we know is still MIA. But Monique wasn't done dropping bombs just yet. She went on to spill the tea about how Tyler Perry cost her and her family tens of millions of dollars over a rumor he started about her. She recounted the whole situation, saying that Tyler told her he'd never do anything to hurt her, but then later admitted to starting a false rumor that she was difficult to work with. Monique didn't hold back, expressing her frustration and disappointment, especially after Tyler's initial denial. She went on to talk about how, during her conversation with Shannon, she referenced an interview he did with Kat where he admitted to letting people lie in his face because he didn't know if they were lying or not. Monique made it clear that she wanted Shannon to hear Tyler's own words, so she sent him the audio recording of their conversation, and let me tell you, it wasn't a walk in the park. Monique revealed as she recorded the conversation legally, which she emphasized was crucial for her as a Black woman facing off against someone as powerful as Tyler Perry. She explained that having the audio proof was a game changer as it prevented her from being dismissed or ignored.
Had I not recorded Tyler Perry, then it would have been my word against his. And then on top of that, it would have been, he's so powerful, we can't even pay no attention to that.
Monique didn't mince words about the impact of Tyler's actions on her and her family. She stressed that the lie Tyler spread cost them a staggering amount of money, leaving them in a tough spot financially. It was a tough pill to swallow, and Monique didn't hesitate to share the weight of the consequences of Tyler's actions.
You know it's illegal to, but did you hear what the man said? I violated you.
Yeah.
I mistreated you.
Yeah.
Do you know, Shannon, that's cost my family tens of millions of.
Let's not forget about that time. Tyler Perry reportedly let go of a bunch of writers because he wasn't willing to cough up what they deserved. So after killing it at the box office, Tyler Perry made his way to TV with the hit sitcom House of Pain. But when it came to scoring a sweet syndication deal and a spin-off named Meet the Browns, things got messy according to the Deadline. Perry gave the boot to 4 writers asking for union contracts, stirring up drama in the industry. It was not a good look. I feel like I was slapped in the face like we were used to writers. Terry Brown Jackson told us by the Deadline we were good enough to create over 100 episodes. But now, when it comes to reaping the benefits of the show being syndicated and having other spin-offs from it, he decides to let us go unless we accept a horrible offer. Kelly Griffin, the head writer for House of Pain, said she wasn't going down without a fight. Well, I'd like to see something positive come out of this for us. If this fight helps future Black writers get what they deserve, that's a good thing. But what was Perry's response? He claimed he's writing everything himself now, but his union issues didn't stop there. Union SAG-AFTRA and the Actors Equity went all in. banning their members from Perry's Play Media on the run because his production company would sign those union contracts.
The hood, and like now we're gonna do girls in the hood, and there was a little pushback. Like why they only want to see us as slaves or in the hood and Hollywood.
So Tyler Perry's casting choices and how he portrays characters are raising eyebrows and sparking talks about his whole business approach. Some folks are saying Perry tends to stick to dark-skinned actors and villain roles while making white characters the heroes in his films. Even Chris Rock chimed in, pointing out a pattern in Perry's movies. Rock noticed there weren't a whole lot of kind and respectful black-skinned boyfriends in Perry's films. To drive his point home, he brought up Tupac Shakur, saying Perry's films could use a bit more variety in character representation. He said Tupac might be a political leader if he were alive, but then again, Tupac might be in a Tyler Perry movie right now. So you don't know, he might be Tupac, might be the bad, dark-skinned boyfriend in the Tyler Perry movie. So Chris Rock's deal was this. He's saying Tupac was a big deal in his rap days and might not score a hero role if he landed a spot in a Tyler Perry flick. Based on Perry's usual casting moves, the chances of Tupac getting cast as a hero would be pretty slim. Just Rock shared his thoughts on how things roll in the Tyler Perry movie universe. He further went on, saying I would hope he's a senator, but he might be kicking Jill Scott down a flight of stairs. So Chris Rock and Spike Lee are on the same page, pointing out that Tyler Perry's casting and storytelling choices might be playing a part in certain movie success thanks to some biases. They're both questioning how this mindset could be messing with the film industry, and you know what? This colorism thing isn't exactly a stranger to Hollywood lately, with media campaigns and hashtags spreading like wildfire, shining a light on some pretty shady stuff. Remember Harvey Weinstein? Yeah, he was one of the first big shots to drive the industry into the negative. Spotlight with abuse allegations in 2017, now there's even a new documentary spilling the tea on the dark side of Hollywood, exposing power players allegedly preying on aspiring actors. Fast forward to the #MeToo movement and Hollywood's hit with scandals left and right. Kevin Hart stepped down as the Oscars host in 2019 over past homophobic tweets and the #Oscars. So the White campaign is calling for more diversity and recognition for people of color and marginalized communities. So Hollywood's reputation has been significantly tarnished, and Hollywood's glittering walk of fame is more like a lackluster stroll of shame without those stars. Let's flash back to a February afternoon in 1940s America when actress Hattie McDaniel rocked the house by snagging the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress in Gone with the Wind. It was a historic win, making her the first African American to bag this prestigious film award. It sounds like a party, but not really.
I sincerely hope I shall always be a credit to my race and to the motion picture industry. My heart is too full to tell you just how I.
He and Denzel Washington were like the poster guys for black male representation on TV and in movies at that time, getting props for their work. But guess what? Hollywood was still stuck in the same rut in the 1990s. According to Underwood, every black actor and actress in Hollywood, no matter how known or skilled, was hustling to audition for the same roles. The same old challenges, just a different decade. And speaking of roles, Philip Van Lee got his shot at playing a villain in Tyler's movies. He had a recurring gig in the first and second seasons of a show, rocking the part of a dealer. Ian Overman also took a turn as a not-so-nice character in Tyler's Media Goes to Jail as Linda Davis, an envious assistant district attorney with a secret life of fraud and evidence tampering. Then there's Ron Rico Lee, who portrayed Chuck, an assistant district attorney and Joshua's friend. And who could forget Brian White snagging a villain role in Tyler Perry's I Can Do Bad all by myself as Randy, the abusive boyfriend and all-around antagonist. If you've been tuning into Tyler's movies and shows, you might have noticed a trend. A lot of the no-nice characters tend to be really abusive towards women. It's a concerning thing that's got people raising their voices. Take his show, Bra, for example. It's all about 4 black dudes navigating life, dealing with relationships, friendships, and careers. They're like a tight-knit family, showing off those big smiles. Now Sistas takes a different angle, focusing on the lives of 4 single black women. The tagline single but never solo hints at exploring their singlehood. Journey with all its ups and downs. But here's the kicker. The show seems to keep it more individual with separate pics of the women instead of them together in the common thread. They're all rocking the single life, and the series might dive into their dating adventures and more. In Tyler Perry's movie A Fall from Grace, where Crystal Fox plays Grace Waters, she's been through the ringer with her ex-husband's affair and decides to take another shot at love with Maycod Brooks. But surprise! As she gets closer to him, she uncovers some seriously dark secrets. Grace's journey takes a twisted turn into love betrayal and the aftermath of people's choices now. Tyler Perry's movies, like Acrimony, always stir up discussions on Twitter and other social platforms. Some folks call out Perry for repeatedly showing the struggles of Black women dealing with men's actions in his films. On the flip side, others say he's just shedding light on real-life issues that many Black women can relate to. Eddie Murphy pulled it off in the Nutty Professor series, and Jamie Foxx left a mark with his unforgettable ugly Wanda on In Living Color. Then you've got the Wans brothers trying their hand at it with White Chicks. Oh, and we can't forget the less successful Jana Man. Yeah, some would rather forget that one in the mix of all this. Tyler Perry takes the cake. He's not just known for his entertainment game, he has major influence even in right-wing evangelical circles. His Meta franchise talks about significant success and acclaim in the entertainment world. Kevin Hart chimed in, saying artists need to protect their brand and not cross certain boundaries. He shared that up to that point, he hadn't faced any challenges to his personal beliefs when asked if he ever ran into the hole wearing a dress scenario. Kevin was like, "Nope, I haven't faced that dress dilemma. You have to have boundaries and limits." He emphasized the importance of knowing you're a brand and protecting it at all times. Kevin mentioned turning down a request to dribble a basketball on a talk show because it would make him look foolish protecting the brand, but here's the twist. Just a year later, Kevin ended up on an SNL skit wearing a dress that fans weren't wearing and accused him of being a sellout and fake. So now people are wondering why Kevin Hart ended up in the hot seat. Well, it seems like it was just his turn to go through the Hollywood rite of passage. The whole wearing a dress thing isn't unique to Kevin. It's like a tradition that many male celebrities before him have gone through. It's part of a bigger conspiracy, or at least that's what some folks believe. So Tyler Perry fired back at Dave Chappelle in an interview, saying, "Look, Chappelle is one of the smartest guys I've ever seen. Not just in comedy, but in deep thinking. If that's how it rolls in Hollywood, cool. But that ain't my story. Nobody told me to wear that dress, but for me, it's my $2 billion franchise, and it's always been my choice. I've done 19 movies since then, all on my own. Maybe it's different for others, but for me, it's like putting on a work uniform. I'm not a guy who enjoys wearing a dress, but as an actor, it's a costume. It's like someone going to Walmart and you put on your uniform. For me, it's about putting on that uniform, going out, making people laugh, lifting them up, and giving them some encouragement. That's how I see it. You have to understand that's not my case. Another rumor that has been circulating is that Tyler Perry and others might have sold their souls for success, and now they're allegedly using their power to control and oppress those who won't play along. Tyler Perry's got a massive fortune, and some folks are saying he's not using it to uplift other Black creators like he could. People are talking about making wild claims about Perry causing harm instead of helping. It's pretty wild to think about, especially when we're talking about a successful guy like Tyler Perry, who could be a positive force in the industry. But hey, opinions are all over the place. Some say he's not doing enough to change the narrative. What do you think about all this? Tyler Perry is really the bad guy some rumors are making him out to be, or is it just a bunch of nonsense? Drop your thoughts in the comments and we'll catch you in the next video.